In recovery how long?
Look,
Hey, I'm in recovery almost 29 years, okay? And what do? I drink coffee all day.
it's not perfection, it's progression.
Well, my advantages, my advantages. Now that I'm a diabetic, I eat a
Oh,
little more often than I used to.
uh,
And now I'm going to leave it at that.
okay.
But yes, I know what changes need to be done, and I need to become more stringent about it. Absolutely. Ready to?
It's baby steps, just little by little.
Yeah. Again, food for thought. Literally. All right.
Recovery is not a destination, it's a journey.
But so is life in general.
Mm-hmm.
Life in general is a journey. That's why, it's funny because people are saying, oh, it's only a 3.5 hour ride to Jacksonville. No, honey, it's not a 3.5 hour ride to Jacksonville because we enjoyed the journey. So it takes about 5 hours.
Yeah.
We're going to stop. We're going to eat. If we see a little flea market or a side booth or something that we want to stop at, we stop. If you can't enjoy those little things, then you're not enjoying the journey. All right. Moving on. Spiritual and emotional self-care. Ouch.
Definite.
Yeah. First up, of course, is love yourself. Although it may seem simple, it's not always. Try daily morning affirmations or acknowledge your own accomplishments. Remember, self-care is a practice of understanding, accepting, and loving yourself to promote a healthier and better you. AJ, you're a big one for the
Learning how
Post-it
to love
notes.
yourself in early recovery is something that's very, 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 very difficult. And it's something that is going to take time.
Yeah, especially when we don't even want to look in a mirror.
Yeah. It took me about a year to do that.
It took me a while
Even
myself.
after I got sober, it took me about a year to do that. And there are times where I still don't like myself, but it's necessary. And maintaining some kind of spiritual health is definitely necessary. And since you brought it up, I have to tell you, I think I have figured out why I have been so hazy and discombobulated for well over a month. It was because I stopped having conversations with my higher power.
Oh, that do it.
I did not realize it until just now.
That'll do it, my friend. That'll do it.
It will. I got so busy and so engulfed and so consumed that I didn't even realize I did it.
Wow.
Like I said, baby step.
Baby step. Exactly. And nobody's perfect. We all slide back now and then. It's not that we're on this path and we're so stringent about it that we're going to do it every single day of our life for the next, however long we have.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've been clean for a while, and trust, there are times where you definitely slip back. Now,
you do.
Part of the love yourself daily morning affirmations, I wanted you to touch on your Post-it notes, please.
Okay. For my sponsees who have difficulty caring about themselves or thinking that they can't do it or feeling that they're not worth it, I suggest, and it's all about suggestions. I don't order them to do anything, but I do suggest that they take a pack of sticky notes, the brighter the better, and stick them on every mirror in the house. And say it's somebody who feels that they're not worth the change. What they would put on those sticky notes is I'm worth it. And every time they look at those sticky notes, they have to look in the mirror, literally look in the mirror, face themselves, and tell them that they are worth it. And after a while, they'll start to believe it.
It's true. And that's the beauty of it. Whatever you tell in your own mind, what you tell yourself, is what comes to fruition. It really does. I told you that I was doing my my clinical trials. Mm-hmm. And the one thing I wrote down specifically is, where your attention goes, your energy flows.
Oh, wow.
And I had to write it down because it hit home. If you're constantly on a negative thought pattern, your energy is going to be all negative and you're going to lose it quick. But if you have positive thoughts, then you have positive energy. And that's what brings it about. That's why we're saying spiritual, not necessarily church, not necessarily, God. We're talking about just the energy that flows through you. Where your thoughts go, your energy flows.
I like that.
I did too. That's why I wrote it down. Anyway. All right. So next up, relax. Yeah. Relax.
I did that yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sure your body relaxed a little bit, but I bet you didn't shut your mind off much.
No, actually, I did. I sat in my bed all day, literally doing nothing but watching TV and vegging out on potato chips and artichoke dip and nothing. Didn't want to be bothered with nothing. I actually managed to shut my brain down.
Potato chips and artichoke dip.
And artichoke dip.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get you tomatoes and cucumbers and
no.
Yeah. You see, baby steps.
What I was in the mood for.
Yeah, I know what in the mood for is, and then you worry about it. Anyway, stress is a killer. Recovery is not always easy, and an inability to cope with stress is a major cause for relapse. Get a massage, take a walk in nature, or simply schedule some time for reflecting and meditation. In other words, take a hot bath. While work, family, and day-to-day responsibilities won't vanish, it's important to schedule a time for you. Anything to add to that part, AJ?
Again, feeling like a hypocrite. I agree that it definitely is something that's important, because if you don't, then you're just point blank. You're going to screw yourself all up. You're not going to get anything out of it. You don't get sober just for you to do everything for everybody else. It's important to give back, but you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah. When I say, find time for you, I don't care if it's the coloring books, if it's putting together a model, if it's doing crosswords, whatever relaxes you and gets you out of your own head and changes your stinking thinking, because that's what stress is. Stress is stinking thinking. It's worrying about things. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Absolutely. And any of these little meditation things or relaxation things that we're telling you is to get you out of your head and find that little bit of serenity so you can deal with any problems head on.
I play Bejeweled.
With what?
I play Bejeweled.
Did you? Yeah, you do. You play Bejeweled all the time. Me, I like my Mahjong. I do Mahjong.
I can't figure it out.
Please, it's matching patterns.
I really can't figure it out. So I was actually up at like 3:30 this morning playing Bejeweled.
I know you were up. I was commenting on your posts at 3:30 this morning. So we're not going to go there because, that get sleep thing just avoids us.
But I rested all day. Don't push it.
Okay, I wish I did, but I didn't. And we're going to go to our last commercial break, brought to you by Francis House Incorporated in Tampa Bay, that provide HIV supportive services in a safe environment designed to encourage and empower those affected to become self-sufficient members of the community. You can find them and all of our sponsors quicker and faster at rainbow411.com. We'll be right back.
Hallelujah. This is Shangela from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 2, 3, 4, probably 5. Child, please. You're listening live on gshradio.com.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool, and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. And they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment.
GSH Radio, the Tampa Bay and Central Florida Weekly 411. On the town and in the streets.
And we are back with Pit Stop. AJ, I still have you, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are finishing up the spiritual and emotional self-care with, ready? Find balance. Too often in recovery, we rely on a few aspects of our lives to find fulfillment, whether it's a job, a person, or even recovery itself. If you go to 5 AA meetings a day, but you're consistently stressed, are you really practicing successful self-care? Without balance, we risk teetering when we lean too heavily on only a particular part of our lives. AJ?
Can I plead the fifth on this?
No. Absolutely not.
Okay. Example, if you are in recovery and all you do is day in and day out go to recovery meetings, that is still considered existing. You're not living. You know, when you get clean and sober, it's so that you have a life to live. And it's very, very important that you balance that life with your recovery and things you enjoy doing and your priorities. You have to learn how to balance it, because otherwise you're seriously going to fall back out.
Yeah, because
a good example, actually, it's time to, this kind of hit home. This past weekend, I found out that an old-timer who was one of the first old-timers who welcomed me into the fold, and he didn't judge me, and even though he had his own personal feelings about, you know, our lifestyle and whatnot, he was always very, very sweet. And all he did was go to his meetings and go to his church group and go to his meetings and go to his church group. And that's all he did. Well, I just found out in April, they found him in his garage. He had drank himself to death.
I'm so sorry, my friend.
It hit home. It really did hit home. In fact, I think I found out the night after the show or the day of the show.
Day of
I think
the
it
show.
was the day of the show.
It was.
Yeah, it was the day of the show. You have to learn how to live, because this disease is very, very sneaky, and this disease will get you one way or another if you allow it to.
Yeah, you have to find the things that you enjoy in life, not just the things that you think you're supposed to do in life.
No.
That's the biggest difference, guys. You really have to enjoy life, the little things. Even if you do 5 meetings a day, you still have to eat, sleep, do the dishes, do the laundry, etc., etc. You cannot just think that the program itself is going to keep you clean and sober. It's not. You have to use the tools to deal with life on life's terms. All right, let's move into the last section of this particular section. Social self-care. Find support. Whether it's a peer support group, recovery fellowship, sober friends, or supportive family members. Social interactions are essential in our lives. To practice